Hi, Ken Mergentine here with Sign and Digital Graphics Magazine at the NBM show in Arlington, Texas. And I'm here with my friend Paul McGovern, the Business Development Manager for Mimaki USA.
Glad to be here.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the preponderance of small format opportunities that are being made available for sign shops. And it just seems a little bit odd that sign shops would be interested in small format. So maybe you could tell us a little bit more about what they might be.
Sure. On the small format printers, we call them tabletop UV, LE, UV cure printers. It's basically a small footprint, but bigger possibilities and what you can do with it in the markets. The actual UJF series, as we call it, comes in two different sizes and two different price points, and it varies between $30,000 to $40,000 depending on the model. And these printers have been generally used in the trophy, promotional products businesses, awards, and so they've kind of migrated a little bit because there's a lot of small format printing being done with ADA signage, and some of the other sign shops now are looking at new niches to get into new markets. This particular printer allows them to do all kinds of different substrates. For instance, they can do loyalty cards now. We can print on coasters, pens, pet tags, keychains, lighters, just about everything to personalize and to do variable information. And what it gives is the local sign shop now has a chance to get into more of the civic and local community with this type of product, where they can personalize possibly certain items for school bands, put names on it, would it be instrument cases, or actually some of the handouts that they may give, or possibly they want a coaster with their name on it, or a gymnastics team, or the swimming team. Also civic people like the Shriners and people like the Lions Club can start personalizing some items there, maybe for coasters for their events and weddings and things like that. So it gives the smaller sign shop today that usually just does banners, sign and graphics, and printing on vinyl and some rigid, an opportunity to get into really a personalization type of market.
So this would be an opportunity for product diversification.
Absolutely, and these small printers have the ability to print up to 6 inches. So for instance, we can print on beautiful wood decorative boxes, which is an absolute application for like liquor. So if you're going to get out a nice gift decanter, they usually come packaged in a really nice box. So we print like birch trees on the side of the wood, and we print on the actual clear acrylic window, possibly Merry Christmas, Grandfather, and stuff. So a lot of the gifts and personality businesses are also being addressed by a sign shop. So like I said, it's more of a personalization type of product. But if you look at a lot of sign shops today, they're doing either rubber stamping, they're doing all kinds of markers and stuff. So this kind of is an enhancement product to lead them into the digital age of doing that, where they can pretty well personalize anything. And being UV Cure, you can print on anything from a glass trophy to metal plaques to wood to decorative jewelry boxes, various things like that. So it just is a really nice entry product to get them into sort of a non-competitive factor with their competing sign companies that may just do wide format banners and vinyl, things like that.
It sounds like it would be also an opportunity to market additional products to existing customers.
Oh, absolutely. The customers that may decide to do, a perfect example is a music company. We went in there with the ability to print on let's say, guitar picks. And when they got involved, they started using that printer to print and the signage in the whole factory and the facility. Wash your hands before leaving, making birthday signs up for the cafeteria. They started to go and print other kinds of signage within the facility, safety signage. They went and decided to print on musical stomp boxes for guitars, where they could print like dragons and different things on the foot pedals of the guitar, because they're in the music industry. And then they found out they can print on little cases of various things. So the printer gets inside a facility and seems to evolve, at least into the industrial marketplace. That just happens to be an example of the music industry and how they use it. And actually printing on drum heads too, same company. So personalization is all over.
So it's really broadening the whole spectrum of substrates that you can print on. That's very cool.
Absolutely. And being the ability to being in the really the trophy marketplace, be able to print on all the different metals, the brushed aluminum, because we have white ink now, we have clear, and the quality is so high we can rival laser etching, especially on wood with black ink. So, and it's faster than most lasers, and it's kind of a permanent, it won't come off on wood. But the ability to do a clear acrylics, crystal, glass trophies, you know, with the white ink behind it, with the color.
So it sounds like you could use this for variable data applications for this, for putting names on items and stuff like that for maybe football teams and whatnot.
Absolutely. You know, you have the ability to do sequential numbering, 1001, 1002, put various people's names on products on the fly, where pad printing, you would just have the same pad printing the same over and over again. A lot of people like to personalize golf balls. We had a project with a major golf company where they wanted to put the people who are sitting at a special banquet table with their names on the golf balls, with their logo, and maybe the event they're at with the date. So the pad printing's still there with the number of the balls, but we were doing all the personalization. So they would put them forward to a sleeve and leave in all the table for all the personalities that were there, and they had their own little golf balls with their name on it. So
very good.
And it became, including the picks that where they placed the balls, the pins, we actually printed their name on that too.
Oh my gosh.
So the ball spotters.
So is there be a big learning curve involved for a guy that wants to, so maybe he's already doing digital printing, but now he wants to get into the small format? What's the difference?
No, really, a lot of the sign shops today, Ken, as you know, are wide format UV cure printing,
Yes.
whether it be quartz lamp or LED. This printer is more of a compact tabletop version of really what our flatbed printers have in the big 4x8 sizes or the 12-foot by 7-foot sizes, all the way up to the big sign and graphics printers that are doing possibly die bonds, some foam boards, and some other things. It allows them to take what they call a jig and place it there with certain little personalized items and place them
Fill it up with pens or whatever you're
where
printing.
the gantries, you go back and forth on the wide format, but the personalization of the tabletop printers gives them that little space just to do those small projects where they have high margins, where you can take a piece of tile for 12 cents at a Home Depot and print a beautiful school logo on it, and then go sell it for like $3 to $4 and make a lot of margins on those type of products.
So you can make some big money in small format.
Absolutely. Well, we say small format, but bigger possibilities. You know, it opens the market wide open for you.
Okay, very
and,
good. Anything you'd like to add to this?
We've been very successful in printing major industrial companies out there, you know, things like keys, lighters. So it's not just the sign shops that are buying us. A lot of, we print on power supplies for major manufacturers of robotics.
Oh, wow.
Where we're printing all the white, you know, with the lights around it. Membrane switch panels now are being printed in those printers.
Machines.
So it goes a little bit above and beyond the sign and graphics market into really industrial marketplaces. But you know, where your local sign shop can make money is really the personalization of small promotional type products or awards or trophies, and really separate themselves from loading it on the big flatbeds if they have to, and just
dedicate that machine for that.
And the height,
stuff.
you can also do, you know, like I said, things like jewelry boxes and higher height items, because the printer is built to do heights up to 6 inches on most of those products.
And so these machines, would they be able to work off the same rip as you know, say they have a large format printer and they can use the same rip for
Yes, the same rip within Mimaki I can speak for, or most companies have one rip that drives all the printers. So whether it be the solvent roll-fed printers, the vinyl printers, the flatbeds or the small tabletops, or even our cutters are all usually driven by one rip.
So this would kind of fit right into the existing workflow, really.
Absolutely. There's no learning curve. You just see the bed size is either smaller on these tabletops versus big, but it's the same workflow, it's the same rip, it's all like Adobe platform based with files. So there's no learning curve for a sign shop, especially if they're using a rip today, whoever it may be, and really integrate their workflow into using this little printer to make them a lot of money, to separate them differently.
Sounds like the biggest challenge would be to go after those markets.
Yes, I think in the sign and graphics market, it is a learning curve for your local sign shop to realize what this printer can do for them, how they can make money with it.
Right.
And once we educate them as a manufacturer of these printers, and we tell them all the various markets, you know, from everything from printing on business cards and on plastic, which separate you different than a paper card, or to print on a keychain ring, or a pen, or a personalization, even for a local community, like I said, a civic organization or a high school. It really it just gives them broader possibilities all over for really personalization and like you say, valuable information.
All right. Well, Paul, I wanted to thank you so much for being here and spending this time with us.
My pleasure, thank you. And we look forward to participating in what is already a successful NBM show the first day and the next 2 days, and of course, moving on to Indianapolis and Philadelphia and all the other cities. We look forward to it.
And for more videos, you can go to sdgmag.com.